welcome back to microeconomics class. So we'll be discussing short-term equilibrium of a perfectly competitive firm in this class. So in the short run, there are four situations in which a perfectly competitive firm can find itself. So the first situation is a situation whereby the firm is making abnormal profits. Abnormal profits. It's possible for this firm to make abnormal profit in the short run. So the second situation is that the firm can make normal profit in the short run, yes. So don't get confused. We say the firm will only make a normal profit in the long run. But that does not mean that it cannot make a normal profit in the short run also. What we are saying is that the only possibility in the long run is normal profit. Other possibilities do not exist, like abnormal profit and losses. Okay. Now, three, we say the firm can make loss. Okay, loss and continue operation. The firm can make loss in the short term and still stay in the business. That's what we are saying. And for lastly, loss and shut down. What we are saying is that the firm can make loss and the firm will not continue operation. Right? The firm will make loss and close the business. So these four situations are what a perfect competitive firm can find itself in the short term. Okay. Now, in this class, we will be analyzing the first situation, that is abnormal profit case. So let me explain this abnormal profit. So we are asked to draw a diagram that depicts a situation whereby a perfectly competitive firm is making an abnormal profit in the short run. How do we do that? So let's do that. So don't forget, we always have plane, we have output of the firm. You can see, just follow the step. We already have price plus cost here. So this you must have it in diagram. Then the next is to draw the demand curve of a perfectly competitive firm. The demand curve is horizontal, that is perfectly elastic. So this is the demand curve equivalent to ER curve equivalent to MR curve. Okay? Now, the next thing is to draw the marginal cost so that you determine the equilibrium of the firm. Let me start my marginal cost curve here. If I draw my marginal cost of the MC, okay, don't forget the equilibrium condition states that MC is equal to MR, which is also known as profit maximizing output level. Profit maximizing output level. Okay. Now you can see that this represents the equilibrium point. This is where MC is equal to MR. Okay. So we have E. This is the equilibrium price. This is the equilibrium price. The price we have here is the equilibrium price, and this is the equilibrium output. Let me call it PE, and let me call this QE. Equilibrium output of this firm. Now, you can see MR and MC curve can only tell us whether the firm is in equilibrium or not. But they cannot tell us whether the firm is making profit or not. That is, they cannot tell us which of the four situations we highlighted earlier can the firm find itself. So they cannot tell us that. What will tell us will be the average cost and average revenue, or if like in total cost and total revenue. So in order to know whether the firm is making abnormal profit or not, I need to introduce average cost curve. So if you want to draw average cost curve, so it will start from here. Okay, it will start above marginal cost on the left hand side here. If I start it here and I draw it like this is my average cost. Okay, average cost curve. Okay, now don't forget we said the price, the equilibrium price. We say the equilibrium price as EP is equal to PE from here because that is where MC is equal to MR. And we say equilibrium quantity is equal to QE. Don't forget. Right? Now, if you want to determine the average cost at the equilibrium. So we look at that point where the firm is in equilibrium. This point, we look at it, we trace it down. That is where we find equilibrium quantity, right? We trace it to the other side to get equilibrium price. We want to know the average cost at that different level. We look at where the line that we trace touches average cost of. You can see it touches average cost of here. Okay, where it touches average cost of, so I trace it to down to this side. Okay, let me label it A. Okay, will be equals to A. That average cost are in the equilibrium. That is my A. Average cost in the equilibrium. That is A. Okay? So we are like I can put A here or just A. Okay, average cost in the equilibrium. So, and you know that the profit here, the formula for calculating profit is TR minus TC. And you know TR is equal, that is the profit at equilibrium. Okay, is total revenue in equilibrium and total cost in equilibrium. So I don't need to put it there. The profit, total revenue is P times Q. Okay, that is I have equal to PE multiplied by QE. That will represent my total revenue from here. Okay, because total revenue here is the total price. I mean the price here is PE and the output is QE. So I multiply the two PE times QE, that gives me total revenue. What does total cost? Total cost is simply AC multiplied by Q. Okay, because I'm looking at equilibrium, that is going to be, what is my AC? AC is AE multiplied by QE. That gives me total cost. So therefore, the profit here will be equal to PE multiplied by QE minus, okay, AE multiplied by QE. So this is the profit. This will represent the profit. And we find this profit is going to be greater than 0. That is going to be positive. Whenever we get a profit that is positive, we call it an abnormal profit. Abnormal profit. Okay, you can see this rectangular area, shaded area. Okay, so we trace it down. Is what represents what we call abnormal profit. Abnormal profit of the firm. Okay, this series also represents abnormal profit of the firm. Or if you like, you can say PAE. So if I label this one as B is the profit, that's the abnormal profit. This represents the abnormal profit of the firm. That is PEA, that's PAEB. That rectangular area represents abnormal profit of the firm. So the same thing, I have this, my profit as this, total revenue is PEQE. So this total revenue can also be viewed in form of the area of a shape. For example, you can see total revenue is OPE, okay, OPE, because that is the price. You start from the origin. OPE, okay, EQE. Okay, in other words, total revenue is equal to OPE. I just ignore it. PEQ. That's total revenue. That is all PE multiplied by QE. Right? Or if I put it here, let me just put it here. And total cost is equal to OAE. That is OAE. Then QE. That is total cost. Okay. So this rectangular area OPE EQE represents the total revenue, where rectangular area OAE BQE represents the total cost. So the difference between the two, which is the CGS portion here, represents the abnormal profit of the firm. So Don't forget to like this video, drop your comment and share the video to benefit others.